शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि श्रीमा शरणं गच्छामि श्रीमा शरणं गच्छामि घबराए जब मन अनमोल हृदय हो उठे घबराए जब मन अनमोल और हृदय हो डावाडोल तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि श्रीमा शरणं गच्छामि जब अशांति का राग उठे लाल लहू का फाग उठे जब अशांति का राग उठे लाल लहू का फाग उठे हिंसा की वो आग उठे मानव में पशु जाग उठे धरती की काया कांपे अंबर जगमग उठे बोल तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि शरणं गच्छामि श्रीमा शरणं गच्छामि जब दुनिया से प्यार उठे जब दुनिया से प्यार उठे नफरत की दीवार उठे माँ की ममता पर जिस दिन बेटे की तलवार उठे धरती की काया कांपे अंबर जगमग उठे बोल तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि श्रीमा शरणं गच्छामि श्रीमा शरणं गच्छामि दूर किया जिसने जन मन के व्याकुल मन का अंधियारा, जिसकी एक किरण को छूकर चमक उठाए जग सारा। दीप सत्य का सदा जले, दया अहिंसा सदा फले, सुख शांति की छाया में जन मन गण का पेड़ पले। भारत में भगवान बुद्ध का गूंजे घर घर मंत्र अमोल, तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि। तब मानो तू मुख से बोल बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि, श्रीमां शरणं गच्छामि, श्रीमां शरणं गच्छामि, श्रीमां शरणं गच्छामि, श्रीमां शरणं गच्छामि।
I surrender to or seek refuge in Buddha, the enlightened spirit. I surrender to or seek refuge in Dharma. I surrender to or seek refuge in the collectivity of realized souls. I surrender to or seek refuge in Shri Mataji. When this precious heart quivers and when the heart trembles, then, O human being, you must verbally chant as follows: Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender to or seek refuge in Buddha, the enlightened spirit. When peace is disturbed on this earth, when there is a hue of red blood all over, when there rises in man a terrible fire or wrath that transforms him into a beast, when the surface of the earth trembles, when the sky shudders and thunders, then, O human being, you must verbally chant as follows: Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender to or seek refuge in Buddha, the enlightened spirit. When the world is depleted of love, when walls of hatred rise between human beings, the day when children raise swords despite the Divine Mother's compassion, when the surface of the earth trembles, when the sky shudders and thunders, then, O human being, you must verbally chant as follows: Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender to or seek refuge in Buddha, the enlightened spirit. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender to or seek refuge in Buddha, the enlightened spirit. I surrender to or seek refuge in Dharma. I surrender to or seek refuge in the collectivity of realized souls. I surrender to or seek refuge in Shri Mataji. The deity Shri Buddha, who vanquishes the anxiety and darkness of ignorance in the heart of human beings. The deity Shri Buddha, whose one spark or ray is enough to spread enlightenment in the world. When the lamp of truth always burns brightly, when compassion and non-violence is established firmly, when mankind thrives beneath the shade of the tree of happiness or bliss and peace, when people in every home chant the invaluable mantra of Lord Buddha, who was born in the land of India, then, O human being, you must verbally chant as follows: Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender to or seek refuge in Buddha, the enlightened spirit. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namaha. Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to be with you on this cold and frosty morning. Let's collectively bow down in front of Shri Mataji, raise our kundalini, and put ourselves into Bandhan.
श्रीमराधिये नमो नमः।
Just before we listen to Mother's talk this morning, let's put our attention at Sahasrara and our Alkya chakra as we listen to the Lord's Prayer in Syrian Aramaic. Just sit for a couple of moments.
It's a unique opportunity today to do Vishnumaya puja because she entered into this house. We have to worship her. First, we should know who is Vishnumaya. It's very important to know because in the Devi Mahatmyam, she is only described as the incarnation of the goddess. Vishnumaya Eti Shabdita. She is called as Vishnumaya. But let's see who is she after all. This Vishnumaya is who? So Vishnumaya is the Kali, you can say, and is the daughter of Mahakali. She came on this earth and killed many, many devils and many Rakshasas to save the saints from their aggression. And she always acts in that manner to kill all the negativity of the world. She's very quick at it, I should say. And she knows where is the negativity and she tries to burn that negativity as fast as possible. Now, the origin is like this, that this Vishnumaya was the daughter of Mahakali, who was created by Mahakali herself to fight these demons. But also, she was given special weapons to do this work. But at the time of Sri Krishna, she was born as the sister of Sri Krishna. And instead of Sri Krishna being killed by her uncle, as you know the story is, she was exchanged. She was actually the daughter of Vishnu, exchanged for Sri Krishna. And this girl, little girl, was killed by the uncle of Sri Krishna, who became the lightning in the sky and announced that Sri Krishna has already incarnated and your destiny is in his hands and he is going to kill you. She told Kansa. So this is the Vishnumaya. Then again she took her birth at the time of Sri Krishna when he was the king of Dwarika, and she married, I should say, his 5 Pandavas, because she was Draupadi. There is a significance in that this is the one which joins 5 elements, and these 5 Pandavas represented 5 elements, and so she joined them as one wife, because she is the one who joins all the 5 elements that have created this material universe. Thus, we have a relationship established with Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna, as you know that, treated her as a sister. Now once, when you know that they tried to insult Draupadi by pulling out her saris, it was Sri Krishna who helped her because she was his sister and such a powerful lady. She is also responsible for the Mahabharata. She is the one who brought food. She is the one who told that you have to fight these Pandavas. She absolutely told them very clearly that you have to fight the Kauravas, and in such a way that they should be defeated, not only, but they should be destroyed. Because the chastity of woman is very important. And in India, anybody who tries to molest the chastity of woman is to be cursed, is to be destroyed. And this was a very great message of Mahabharata, that only because she was insulted so much, all the war took place and all of them were destroyed. So this is the story of Vishnumaya. But as all the deities are now in Adi Shakti reciting, she is on your left Vishuddhi, reflect. And the left Vishuddhi is very important because we have problems of our ego. And you really need someone to remind us that we should not have this ego to oppress others. So this reminder comes to us maybe from our conscience or wherever it is, you may say, from our upbringing, and settles down in our left. We should be as the clouds of guilt. Also, as you know, Catholic Church and all these people, every religion starts saying that you are a sinner, and all this settles down in the left side of your Vishuddhi. So the guilt is there. Now the guilt is there, that it is there, she is sitting down. This guilt, when rubs against each other as the clouds in the sky, Vishnumaya gives you a feeling of burning. She burns the bhoots there, she burns our guilt, and also she removes our doubts about ourselves with her light. But in the beginning, in Sahaja Yoga, as you see, when the Kundalini rises, you feel always the left side, very clearly, the pain or sometimes the burning. And sometimes people say, Mother, why am I feeling such burning here when the Kundalini is rising? Because it's the Vishnumaya, she's trying to burn them out. This is one of our capacities, to burn. Some of them, like we can say, the water element can dissolve. Then the ice can soothe you down. But Vishnumaya is an element like electricity, which really puts you into proper shape by burning away your negativity. It's very surprising that this power of Vishnumaya is of the left side. And despite that, it has that fire in itself, that it can burn away the negativity bhoots on the left-hand side. Now let us see how we develop these left-hand side bhoots. It's very interesting, because as we are dealing with Vishnumaya, it should cooperate with her and should not have any more pains. It comes to us especially in the West. I mean, in India, I don't think anybody feels guilty about it. It's something that's very surprising. I've never seen any Indian feeling guilty. The reason is that if they have done a mistake in India, as it is, the culture is such that this is bad manners, that is bad manners. Like, now somebody by mistake does something, then he can bear a grunt against that person. But he will never feel guilty that I've hurt that person, or I've said something wrong, or I should not have said. Because in the whole culture there is nothing like sorry and thank you. It's funny culture Indian is. There's nothing like saying sorry, and so much thank you also they don't say. And all the time saying thank you, and good morning, good evening, I mean all the time. It's more sort of a artificial thing for us. Even in Maharashtra, the women never even say namaste except to the goddess, or to God, or to incarnations, or in the temples. They never say to some man namaskar like this. Just like this, or they might just smile. So it is because we have to only bow to God. Why should we say good morning to everyone, good evening to everyone? We should say good morning only to God. See, that's the situation. The way it is being done. Now, if you have done anything wrong, say in the East, I mean in India as it is, if you have done anything in a way that you should not have. So there are only two ways they deal with it. Either they will confess it and go, that person that I've done this wrong, now you can cut my throat, do what you have. Whatever punishment you give me, I'm willing to do. This is the first thing they like. That if you think that I've done wrong, you can slap me immediately. I can pick up the slap. Supposing you say something rude to your father. It's not to be said in bad manners because he's elder. If any elderly person has been insulted, then it is wrong. Then you will go and touch the feet of that person and say, I'm sorry, I've said this, and I hope you forgive. So the other person says, all right, I forgive. I'll give an example. We were in Russia, and a little problem started between two persons. One was much younger and one was much older. Surgeons. So the reaction, I'm telling you how it is. So the elder one came and complained at 2 o'clock in the night that this man said that you don't know what I am capable of. I said, really? That he should not have said such a thing to you. So I called that fellow, woke him up at about 2:30. I said, why did you say such a thing to him? You should not have said, he's your elder, you cannot say like that. Because he said that, mother, he talked to me as if he would talk to his own servant. He didn't talk to me in the way he should have talked to me. So I said this, but I said, despite that, you cannot say this to your elders. You cannot say like that. Yes, of course, I know I made a mistake, and actually I was not sleeping. I was not awakened. I was not sleeping. I was thinking I should tomorrow morning go and ask for his forgiveness and finish it. So I said, just now, immediately got up and got hold of his feet, and he said, now forgive me, because you were also too much of it. I said, I agree, that was my mistake, so you also forgive. Finished. And in the West, formerly, it was not so bad also. What they used to do, supposing there's a quarrel between two men, they would use their box each other nicely, and everybody will box each other, finished. Nowadays you cannot box anyone, you cannot ask for forgiveness, it's too much of prestige, this, that. All these artificial things have made you feel guilty because you are supposed to do that. If anybody, it's natural. If anybody has said anything to you, you will just go and box him and say, why did you say such a thing to me? And that fellow will box you back and finished. It was a very common style. You see in all these old American pictures, you see all this. I've seen it all the time. So, let the Indian musicians come from this side. Idhar aa jaye, idhar aap log. But this guilt business has come because of sophistication. I used to think, why do they feel guilty for everything? First is sophistication. First reason is because you cannot go and say somebody, oh, I'm sorry, I've said this, and please forgive me, and another person may not even forgive. So, this is due to sophistication and no communication. There's no communication. I mean, in a country like India, people will fight, and next day you will see them hugging each other. It doesn't last long, very much. But if there is any sort of a very big problem between the families or some certain ancient one, then they'll keep it up. They will not talk to that person, they'll keep that distance, they'll keep it all the time. But here it is not so. Superficially, they meet everyone. Superficially, they talk to everyone. But inside, they have that. So because of this superficial sophistication, what has happened? That we suffer from this left-Vishuddhi. And then Vishnumaya gets out. That's why most of the people in the West I've seen have left-Vishuddhi, and even I have got it from you all. It's like that. So it's nothing, it's artificial, it is mythical, nothing to feel guilty about. After all, if you had done anything wrong, you would have been in jail. You are sitting there. So how can you be guilty? So this guilt business has killed our growth in Sahaja very much, I know that. So first of all, how to overcome your ego is the problem. Ego is there, and when you see your ego and you cannot say that you are egoistical, you have to put the result of that as a left tissue disease. So the first thing you have to do is to see that you have ego. Alright. Then you stand before the mirror, separate yourself from your reflection, and start telling off your own reflection. What do you mean by having ego in yourself? You are a Sahaja, you have no business to have any ego. But if you have the guilt, you will never see you have the ego. You will just feel the guilt but never see you have the ego. And that's how ego remains and the left tissue also remains. Both things can be easily conquered if you face yourself. Just see yourself, this was my ego. Yes, why should I have ego? Now, there are ways of removing all these imbalances within ourselves through Sahaja. It's not difficult. And has been removed. So you know right side, left side. It's so simple. Sahaja is just movement of your fingers and hands, that's all. It's not a thing diagnosis where they take out your blood, take out your tongue, take out your eyes and declare that you are healthy. It's not that way. It just, you can feel it, that you are alright, you are in balance. Once that balance is established, there is no problem with Vishnumaya. So this Vishnumaya, who was the sister of Sri Krishna and later on came as Draupadi and all that, is today also existing in this life. And in your left foot.
We'll leave that there and we'll go into a silent meditation. May I this day be what you'd have me be. May I this day say what you'd have me say. May I this day be part and parcel of the whole, and may my thoughts be of a realized soul. May I this day have love for all mankind. Shri Mother, be in my heart and in my mind. Shri Mataji, through your grace, we are not guilty of anything at all. Please help us to be more forgiving, kind, and tolerant towards ourselves and all others. So the last verse of the three great mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Thank you all for being part of our program this morning and sharing your lovely vibrations. When you're ready to finish off your meditation, please bow down to Shri Mataji, raise your kundalini and put yourself into Bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji, everybody. Have a wonderful day.